Hello everyone, I hope you're doing really well and having a lovely day. I thought I would do a bit more of a chatty vlog style sewing video for you today and tell you about some of my upcoming sewing plans for the spring. I am really looking forward to getting back to my sewing machine. I've managed to sew a couple of things in January, one of which is this Helen's Closet York pinafore that I'm wearing today. I'll put some photos up as well and show you more about that. I love it. I've made one of these before in a mustard corduroy. Unfortunately, I spilt some kind of oily substance on the front of it and I tried a few things to get it out and I just made it worse. So it's had to go away. So I'm very sad about that. But I made a new one out of this denim. I can't remember where I got this denim from, but it's got a bit of stretch to it. So it's really lovely. The only thing I am really annoyed at myself for is that I didn't understitch the bias binding, which I can tell when I look down because it flips out just a little bit here. I don't think it's too noticeable when you're looking front on, but I accidentally skipped the understitching, and it's always a more important part of sewing than you think it's going to be. So don't skip your understitching, guys. Make sure you do it. But I'm really, really pleased with it. I raised the this part of the neckline just a little bit, just I think a couple of inches, because it was kind of sitting just a little bit too low for me personally, but I'm really, really happy with it now. I love it. I also made a Sew Over It Ultimate t-shirt using the mustard pointelle that was in our classic SewHayleyJane boxes in January. So I will include that and the York pinafore a bit more. I'll do like a sewing roundup in a month or two of the things that I've made. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with those. So I've got a few fabrics here that I want to show you and a few plans that I am thinking I am going to make over the next couple of months. So I have about 5 things that I want to make over the next couple of months. 2 of them are using fabrics from our upcoming February boxes, both the classic fabric and the luxury fabric I want to sew this month. So obviously I can't show you those yet. You will see them in our unboxing video next month. But the things that I am hoping to make from the classic fabric, I've got this picture in my head, and you'll understand when you see the fabric, of making a pair of closet core Pietra shorts. Is it the Pietra? I think it's the Pietra shorts. Yeah, I'm not a shorts person, but I think the fabric that I'm using to potentially make the Pietra shorts would look really cute with black tights underneath and a little like white top on top. I think that would look super cute. I realise this is really irritating because you can't see the fabric, but trust me, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look amazing. I've never made shorts before. I'm not particularly experienced in making trousers or fitting to the lower half of my body, so I feel like shorts might be a good place to start. So yeah, that's plan number 1. The next thing I'm thinking that I want to make is using the fabric that's going into the luxury boxes. I really want to make some shackets or coatigans, something along those lines. Something that is a shirt that you can wear as a jacket or a cardigan that you can wear as a coat. Those are the kind of the ideas. But yeah, I really like the idea of a shirt that you can wear open, potentially even lining it in something a bit fluffy and furry or something very snuggly to give it a bit of extra warmth. There's one that I have seen, and now I'm saying it, I wish I'd written it down because I can't actually remember, but I think it was a free pattern and it's got a hood as well, so I think that looks really cute. I'm not doing very well with this chatty vloggy style video, but that's what I'm thinking. I'll put a link to it below, and I think that's going to look really cute. It could also work really well in the rainbow tartan viscose that we had in November's boxes, which I have some left. I don't think I've got enough left to make a shirt or something like that. I'm hoping to make myself a pair of pajama bottoms out of this fabric. I made matching pajama bottoms for my 2 nieces using this fabric, and they put them on Boxing Day when we saw them and did not take them off for the rest of the day. So clearly that went down really well. So let's move on to the fabrics and patterns that I have actually got to show you, which would be really useful. So the first one, I'm going to start, this is the other colorway of the jersey pointelle that we had in the classic January boxes. Like I mentioned just now, I've already used the mustard to make a sew over ultimate t-shirt. I ran out of this color, which is kind of a creamy color, and it's got leopard print, and the pointelle has these little holes in a diamond formation, and it's a really interesting fabric because it's 100% cotton. It doesn't have any elastane in it like a cotton jersey would. So although it stretches, it doesn't have the kind of recovery that you would expect from fabric that has elastane in it. So you can't make anything that is really, really, really closely fitted, or that has like quite a small opening for your head neckline. That's the one. But I have just seen Tilly and the Buttons have just re-released one of their like original best-selling patterns, the Agnes top, in their extended size range, which is really, really exciting, and I'm thinking that it would look great in this. It is a bit closer fitting than the Sew Over Ultimate t-shirt, but I don't think it's so close fitting that it's not going to work in this fabric. And when I first made the Agnes, which was about 6 years ago, and I don't think I've made it since, I was not into big puffy sleeves or anything with frills and ruches and things like that, but I am now a little bit more into the idea of them. I've made a few things with some ruffles and big sleeves. I'm loving big sleeves. So I really like the idea of making this with the ruffly sleeve option, possibly, or just there's a bit of elastic in the bodice that just ruches up the bodice a little bit and gives it a little extra shape, and it turns what is a scooped neckline into a very subtle V neckline, which is really beautiful, and I think it would work really, really well. The next thing I want to make, so I am on a mission to work through my personal fabric stash as well. Most months I sew up something from the boxes, so I'm never without fabric, but I do have a stash of fabrics, either from previous boxes or that I have bought from just a bit of fabric shopping myself, that haven't ever been made. And I put them all to one side, obviously, because I love them and I want to use them. So I'm hoping to make it my mission this year to maybe just pull out one a month and try and sew up some of my stash that have been sat waiting patiently to be made. The first one is this gorgeous viscose. Ooh, viscose. It's from Dashwood Studios, and I bought it in John Lewis pre-lockdown. So we're talking at least 3, maybe even 4 years ago. And I remember buying it. I went to John Lewis with my mum and we did some fabric shopping. And I had just made the chalk and notch fringe top, and I had that in mind to use with this pattern. However, that's one of those patterns that I did some alterations, and I know I made it 4 years ago and I wanted to do some more alterations, but I didn't write anything down, and I have the pattern all sort of chopped up and I'm not really sure what I was doing with it at the time. So I've kind of put that to one side. I might come back to it because it's a really lovely pattern. But I'm thinking this would look really gorgeous as the Atelier Scamit Pepper blouse. We had this pattern in was it the December luxury boxes? And it's really lovely. So I want to start making lightweight blouses for the spring. I wear a lot of jersey tops. I wear a lot of jumpers. I'm a very cold person. Very cold. I always have at least 2 or 3 layers on. But as we are expecting some warmer weather really soon, I want to start making some nicer blouses. I'm really keen to have a go at the Anna Allen Anthea blouse as well. That looks gorgeous, again with the big puffy sleeve. Or the Friday Pattern Company patina blouse with the gorgeous deep V, and the collar looks amazing as well. But I have this pattern because it went into the luxury boxes and it's really beautiful, and I always meant to actually make it. I actually meant to make it as a top to wear around Christmas, but didn't get around to it. You can have it as just a sort of a plain bodice, or you can sort of chop it off under the bust and then add a gathered bottom half of the top, which I really, really love. It's got this gorgeous notched detail in the neck, a little frill on the sleeves, and buttons down the back, and I think it's really gorgeous, and I think it would look lovely with this fabric. There's quite a lot of fabric here. I think I probably got 2.5 or 3 meters, and this needs, what does it need? I don't think it needs that much, probably 2 meters, so there might be some left over. But yeah, I think it's so beautiful, and I love that it's really colourful, but it's on a dark background, so it's super, super wearable as well. And yeah, it's lovely, and I think it would look great with jeans as well. So that's what I'm planning to make with that one. Pop that to one side. Take a sip of tea. Okay, the last thing I am planning to make, I say the last thing, this is actually the first thing I'm planning to make, but the last thing I'm going to tell you about is the Merchant and Mills Winnie pajamas that went into January's luxury boxes, along with the Roo-Tid Breeze viscose twill from the luxury boxes as well. So I paired these together in the luxury boxes, and I keep saying that I really want to make myself some matching pajamas. I've made myself loads of pajama bottoms, and then I tend to wear them with just any old top that's past its best and shouldn't really be seen out of the house, which doesn't make me feel super glamorous. And I know you're in bed, you're sleeping, you're not really supposed to feel glamorous, but it would be nice to feel a bit more, put together in the evenings when I'm sat on the sofa watching TV and falling asleep. So I'm going to make them out of this fabric, which is really, really gorgeous. I did originally think to make the Friday Pattern Company Hughes dress. This was my first plan, because the sizing in it is amazing. However, my bust falls at the top end of the smaller size range, and then my waist and hips fall in the neck size range, and they are 2 different pattern pieces. I don't know if on the PDF whether they're 2 different pattern pieces, or if I can get the PDF and grade them, but the printed patterns are 2 different pattern pieces, making it really hard to grade. I'm sure it's doable. I just haven't quite got it in me at the moment to sort of sit down and figure all of that out, but it's a really beautiful dress. I really like it. It's got, what have they called them? Viennese seams, which you can kind of see on the line drawing. So instead of princess seams, which start at the neckline and curve over your bust and go down, Viennese seams seem to start at the armhole instead and curve over your bust. And then it's got this really lovely tie detail at the back, like a, what's it called? Adjustable lace-up tie, which is really beautiful. So I will come back to this one, definitely. I just need to give myself some time to properly think about how I can grade it, or even make some toiles and try to, because it's got quite a lot of ease in the waist and hips, maybe I just need to make the biggest size from the smaller size range, and I might be okay. We shall see. But that was the original plan, but I'm going to make the Winnie pajamas because I deserve luxurious pajamas. You all deserve luxurious pajamas. Let's make luxurious pajamas a thing to lounge around, swan around the house in as you go around after your kids once they've gone to bed, picking up all their toys. Add a little bit of glamour to your everyday life. Anyway, those are my current plans. I will get back to you in a few months' time and show you what I've made. Obviously, new things are going to come along because we have the fabrics that go into the boxes each month. But if I can get this done, I have February and March to get these done, and then I will be back in April, and I will show you all these gorgeous things. Next week, we will be showing you what's gone into the February boxes. I am gearing up to do the packing party for February's SewHayleyJane boxes. Everything has arrived. We have Friday and Monday set aside for packing up everything, and then they will be out the door next Wednesday, the 8th of February, and I will do an unboxing to show you next week. So stay tuned for that. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, click to subscribe and like this video. And if you're interested in finding out more about our SewHayleyJane subscription boxes, the website is now open for new subscribers who will get their first box in March. So go and take a look there as well. Let me know in the comments what you would make with all of these gorgeous fabrics. And if you've made the Hughes dress, let me know what the ease is like in it as well. That would be really useful. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Have a lovely day and I will see you all soon. Bye.